let's talk about Cybercab here. Uh, when Elon Musk launched Cybercab, mostly 6 months, like last month, oh sorry, last year only, when most of the uh, Cybertruck, Tesla Cybertruck were launched, and Tesla needed something to do again new for the future for next 4 to 5 years, and this was their answer. And I actually covered Cybercab, that whole Tesla event when it happened, and there were a lot of controversies, lot of stuff was happening. Like, was that event was so planned? It was saying like, yeah, we can see the future you are trying to create here with your cars, but it was so planned. It looked like, when I was watching that event, it looked like, oh, it's cool, but I don't think it is going to come at least for 1 or 2 years, minimum 2 years. And then Elon Musk comes on stage and says Cybercab is going to launch in 2025 in the month of June. And they launched it kind of, but it's not a total launch. It is a launch. It is soft launch where it is under observations in a specific area, and the car is totally different. Okay, it is not Cybercab what we saw first of all at the event, where it was golden, only two-seater, and there was no steering. Okay, it is in observation first of all, that like, and it didn't even launch. So we can call it at least as a safer side, a soft launch at least. Okay, it is not a total launch, guys. Okay, it's just soft. So stop trying to do this again. This episode is coming late, so the hype is mostly gone. And so yeah, but my first thought when Cybercab announced last year, and I definitely talked about in that episode of when the event was happening, was my major concern was again why we are doing it first at first of all. And it looked complicated for me. It is not as simple to just look at that car. Okay, I'm going to sit and it will get over. No, first things first, driverless or even full self driving, where what that Tesla and most of the companies are trying to get, is first of all not so good. First of all, the trust needs to be there, and there is no trust. The reason why there is no trust is because the companies are not fully taking the responsibility. First of all, you know that is one thing. Now, when Cybercab was announced, it looked too unreal. What I mean by unreal, it does not fit into the realistic framework that I mean. Like, first of all, why doesn't it have five-seater? Why it is only two-seater car? That was my major question. Like, why? Like, if you are selling a cab, why is it like a kind of a luxury piece? No, that would be a totally opposite of what Tesla is trying to do. Tesla is trying to make that cars, EVs affordable, and that was their mission, and they had done it with their EVs over the years, trying to make it as affordable as possible, but why there is only two-seater was my major. See, just by observing it, there were too many questions about Cybercab, you know. So that happened. Then there was like a lot of other launches, but we are going to talk about Cybercab in this one. So fast forward, like 1 year after that was like, now the Cybercab is here according to Tesla. But yeah, Cybercab is here, and the launch happened for specific people only. So basically, people who already have are kind of an in beta version, basically who are Tesla users in Austin, Texas. And I will link down the Verge article if you want to see any kind of uh, videos people have done live stream, which was actually helpful. So to know much more information about it, how it happens, how it is for now. And yeah, I will link down the Verge article, and also I will link down the X accounts if possible. I will get it, the accounts that live stream, so you can have both. If you don't have X account, just go to the Verge website. Let's talk about the concerns I have. Okay, The only concern I have is the major concern is margin of error. Who is going to take that responsibility about the error that is going to happen 100% with those cars? It is going to happen with obviously with self-driving car. That's why there is no car companies that are going to get you fully self-driving. That means even if you are on your steering wheel, they want you to pay attention towards the roads, even if they say it's full self-driving. And that is not what we call full self-driving. Full self-driving for me at least is you do not have to look at the road. You are just doing your work, you know, where you don't want to drive, and it just drives for you. That is what for me means full self-driving. So there is no company that is going to take full responsibility of the errors. Now, whenever these errors happens, there are complications. Who is going to take the responsibility? Of the car owner? If I owns the car, if something happens with my car, I am the one who is taking this responsibility, or uh, the passenger who is sitting inside, who does something to my car and happens, or other car. Like, we are talking here lot of things that can happen, lot of accidents. I'm not just talking about injuries, or just crash accidents, just normal day-to-day accidents happens, like. So there's that's my biggest concern. Who is going to take the responsibility of error? And I don't think any company is going to take responsibility, because there is always error of margin with the tech, and even with the human. I'm not saying human drivers or human are perfect or what, but I don't think Tesla is going to sell that car to me and say 100% responsibility is taken by us. You can take this insurance, and yeah, you're good to go. I don't think so. The problem with this kind of an driverless cab is trust. Is always trust. You know, it's like, would I trust more that Cybercab or that Waymo that Google is also doing their own cab system for like 1 or 2 years now? Like, would I trust more that, or a driver in front of me which does all the control, whatever he has? For me now, I'm, I'm trusting more like a driver who can get me there as soon as possible with safe and sound. Like, that's the thing. Because the new Wemos are not also that good as we think. Like, they are future. They are on the road making things like driving people all around the cities, but they are restricted, and I don't know what the ground report is for now for Wemos. So, like, it's a trust thing too, and I'm like, who are the people who are trusting? I'm and I'm not talking sarcastically here. We are talking seriously here, okay? Like, am I trusting is this machine to do everything, like my life depends on it? No. First of all, especially in the car, it is kind of scary. Even while humans are driving, I know when especially we drive fast with a cab driver in front of me, I'm like, okay, is he going to crash or not? And 99% of the time I have gone to the cab, they have not crashed, but 1 or 2 times, not crashed, but scratches have happened. But yeah, it happens a lot. So it is kind of a trust issue for me too. And a lot of people who are going to use it, you know is like, are we going to just assume that everything is going to be right, or what? So that is there. uh, do we actually need driverless cars driving around people, as a cab service? There is also, they are launching also bus van, they call it. But yeah, do we actually need it? Do we actually need a driverless one and take away job of a driver? You know, that is also where we need to talk to, like the job it is going to affect. You know, and I know people also don't want to talk, or like people say that it is like it can coexist. Yeah, it can coexist. I'm not saying it is going to not coexist. Like, it is definitely, I think it is definitely going to happen, but at least for not right now. And I think there is going to be definitely divide. Ultimately, what people as a consumer I want, anything as a consumer I want is a service that is, I'm not looking, okay, at least for now, we trust technology to the heart. Like I'm trusting this phone to work, I'm trusting this like things. But when it comes to that car right now, Cybercab is because you are trusting it with life and death situation. That is the major case here with the trust. But uh, if services can be done well enough, why not? I am doing it. So as a consumer, I don't think uh, my issue is not if I will use a car with a driver, but the problem is more with trust. Now, as period goes, I will think more and more people will be trusting this thing, especially the cities where it is totally mapped. I think in Austin, people are going to use it in next 6 to 1 year because it is just going to be good, better and better with the roads because it is mapping out the whole city. So it is going to be much more easier for these cars, like always. So that is going to happen, no doubt, especially in cities. These are going to be really well done with the cabs. But yeah, again, coming back to the point is again trust issues. Like if you say I'm in Austin right now, and do I go for a ride in a Waymo or let's say Cybercab at Nissan or with a driverless? No, definitely not. For testing, yes. For just testing it or for a fun thing like to do, yeah, why not? Like I'm excited to test it. But yeah, it is kind of a tricky situation we are in. And my uh, like I said before, like who is going to take the responsibility? Who are going to be held responsible? You know, and I don't want insurance companies to get away with it, and I don't want companies to get away with it, and people, because it just ultimately affects people who are using it on the ground. That is what I'm saying. You know, even in the normal circumstances, like day-to-day activities we have, like when human drivers are involved in crashes, accidents, you know, it is still to this day so difficult to get the insurance. You know, even if you have one, to get the insurance, that is like that kind of complications is always there. And I don't know how it is going to get played when it is now machine error is going to be there. You know, yeah. So it is kind of an hard thing think of it. Like like I said, couple of points. Who is trusting these things? Like if you are trusting it, why you are trusting it? Like is there service like because of 24/7, or it's a safe? Like regardless of that, there is going to be an error margin. Like there is going to be that one asterisk sign where everywhere is like you know that exception that always has with any kind of products.